I take off my Pickle Rick shirt because I think they'll identify me by it.
Yep.
I take off my purple skin because I think
Yikes, man! That's some.
Ow.
It's like I know
trait
that
of my species.
they're like talking to each other. It's like it's that guy in that really funny Pickle Rick shirt.
The super funny Pickle Rick shirt.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I can't have.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't have that anymore. Okay. I say, you ever escaped in a crowd before?
I've never been in a crowd this big before.
All right. Well, first of all, this is a bad idea for us to be here because there's this thing going on called COVID, and we're definitely going to get it from this large
I really
crowd.
don't know. Is COVID still going on in this? We've had this conversation like 3 times, and I don't know if we ever came to a decision.
This is an alternate reality where COVID never happened.
I'll disregard that then.
This is an alternate reality where we had a different president who handled the crisis better, and Nebraska got that through State Fair. That's
This is a different reality in which this year's been okay.
Atticus says, we can't run or look conspicuous. Just walk at a quick pace, but without drawing attention to yourself into the crowd towards the ship. Come on, let's go.
Man, it's so good you said that we were out of initiative because my next order of action was going to be to point my gun out of the barn door and just shoot at one of the.
Oh,
agents
dang.
to
You would have to be shooting through a crowd.
Yeah. I was gonna. I have the Twitch lock actuator things. I assume those help. Space magic.
Okay.
Still sketchy, bro.
So Atticus and I are trying to blend into this crowd. I'm following Atticus's lead on this. If you want to continue with us in this pursuit, that's fine. But we could also cut over to Shrike and see what he wants to do.
I want to cut over to Shrike and see what he is doing.
I have a couple questions about the barn.
Yes.
The first of which, are there any other clothes in the barn? Are there any
scarecrow?
Are there any? Yes. Is there a scarecrow?
No, not that you can see.
What is in the barn then?
Mostly animals.
What animals?
Pigs.
Time to ride this pig to freedom.
Man, no, I have an even better idea. Well, kind of, actually.
If you're that desperate to cover up, there are a couple blankets you could probably grab
What would it take
from one of the
for me
pens.
to start a pig stampede outside of into the
You'd have to
crowd?
open up all the gates because they're not like it's not like all of them in one pen. It's like a bunch of them in like separate pens.
So
There's probably 30 or 40 pens in this
if
thing.
I were to open up all, okay, is there someone else in the barn?
Yeah, there are other people in the barn just kind of walking around. About half of them have noticed you.
That is probably what I should have asked first, because that changes a lot of things.
Because a man that is on fire has just appeared in the barn.
How hard of a check would it be for me to convince them that I am an otherworldly spirit that has come to tell them I am the keeper, the guardian of the pigs that is telling them to release their pigs into the fair and let them be free? How hard of a check would that be?
You can certainly try.
How hard of a talk roll would that be?
I'm not going to tell you that. You're going to have to roll and find out.
Sounds pretty hard.
That might be a last resort roll, considering the
Think
height.
about yourself in that situation. How hard would that be to convince you of that?
Well, I mean, if it was you, very. If a flaming man were to teleport into my basement right now, though, and tell me that I needed to release all the pigs that I found, I'd be a little more willing to listen to that. But that'll be a last resort. Shoot. So people have seen me.
Yes.
I say this isn't like a closed barn. Like this is like a fair barn where there's like
Yeah, I see that now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have to go with the pig lord thing. I think first gut instinct.
You know,
gut instinct.
you don't have to.
I already screwed this episode up so much that I really can't think of anything else that I should do at this point to get my way out of the situation.
You could just walk away. So-
I could walk out of the doors directly in the line of sight of the agents again.
There's a big crowd. You're going to be
There's a big
behind the
crowd.
crowd. Yeah, because the agents are still like in the tent area and they're like moving out. But you're if you,
Push
if you-
their way out of it.
so-
All right. Yeah.
This-
I
this-
just
yeah.
walk out then. I'll walk out of the barn, and if there's somebody near the door, just be like, "Good day, good day," and just walk out. How you doing? Just like nothing's going on.
Okay.
Walk my
There
way
is
out.
kind of a path being cleared because no one wants to be on fire.
I'd expect as much. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk on out.
Okay.
I mean, it's either that or pig lord. So
Yeah. So when you leave the barn, there is a path that leads north or south. North is kind of towards the tent, and south is further away. Are you going to head north or south?
which one will get me to the ship fastest?
You could really make it work with either.
I'm gonna take the one that's further from the tent.
Okay. So you're heading south.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
head south. That sounds good.
All right. Atticus and Don Ah. Are you still just moving calmly through? Because you're now out of the crowd and it's kind of opened up a little bit more. So are you still just moving calmly, or are you picking up the pace or ducking in somewhere, or what?
What part of the fair are we in? Like what's around us?
There are some.
This is the everyone's favorite part of the Nebraska State Fair, the corn art display, where people make folk art out of corn, entirely corn.
There are some stands set up where they're just selling homemade junk. There's to your left the barn that Shrike just left. There's a couple rides. On the other side of the stands on your right is a cornfield.
Where's the ship?
It is further west.
Is that like so?
So you'll have
we-
to head. You'll have to head just a little bit north to get into the cornfield. You're like kind of in the northeast corner of the fair, and the ship is kind of in the middle of the western end of it.
So we could theoretically basically move through the cornfield to get back to our ship.
Yes.
I like gesture to the cornfield for Atticus' sake and see what he has to say, because he seems like he has more experience trying to dodge people like this than I do.
God, I'm so sick of corn.
Why'd it have to be corn? I think it's our best bet, Atticus. We better get moving quick before
All
we
right.
get out of that crowd.
Corn it is.
All right. We make our way over to the corn. We duck in.
Okay. Shrek, are you guys like looking back behind you at all, or?
I want to see, like, I want to get like a few rows into the corn and then kind of like try to look below the leaves of the stalk a little bit and see if I can see anything. I
Okay.
understand my visibility might be obscured, but
Yeah. Shrike, are you doing that at all? Or are you just trying to head forward, move?
You mean Atticus?
No, Shrike.
no. Who are you talking? Atticus is with me in the corn.
Yeah. I know you guys are there. I'm seeing if somebody. So basically, as long as one of you are looking, now I want to know about Shrike, because now I'm gonna.
Is Shrike in the corn?
No, Shrike just left the barn and he's heading south. Is Shrike looking behind him at all to see like
He's
if he can see the agents?
He's glancing behind him, but he's not slowing down to do so.
Okay.
He's going to take quick glances, but try and just keep getting as far away into whatever cover he can find to get to the ship, pretty much.
Okay. Is Atticus looking behind him then?
I imagine when Donna stops that Atticus would too.
Okay. So then all of you roll a notice check.
Is that 2d6?
2d6.
That's
Yeah.
2d6. It's a skill, so if you don't have it, it's -1.
God in heaven, 4.
Well, I got a 1.
I'm so glad I didn't try the pig lord thing at that 4.
Good move. I have a 9.
Okay.
That's good.
So Atticus, you roll the 1. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
He sees corn.
Shrike and Dana, since they kind of stand out at this point, it's pretty easy to see 3 people in full suits emerge from a crowd. They take a quick look around and see Shrike. One of the agents starts moving in your direction, and then the other 2 continue on further straight to see if they can catch up with Donna and Atticus, although you have no idea if they actually know where you went.
But it looks like, it doesn't look like they're moving towards the corn.
It doesn't look like they're moving like in a beeline towards you. It's just in that general direction,
Right.
down that pathway. Yeah. So you can chance it, kind of stick where you are in the corn, see if they kind of pass by you, or you can try something else.
I kind of want to chances. So like when I see that they're making their way towards us ish, but not actually towards us, I grab Atticus's like shoulder, like the shoulder of his shirt. If he's not wearing a shirt right now, but I just like grab his shoulder and I like just hold my finger to my lips, and I just watch them.
Yeah. And they do move past you. They don't see where you guys went, but yeah. Shrike, you see one of them moving towards you though.
Head for the corn.
They've spotted the flaming man.
Yeah, I don't know if going to the corn's going to be my smartest choice either, because I'm probably going to be like glowing in some capacity there. Should have grabbed one of those blankets. All right. What is near me now in terms of cover?
More barns.
I've only got one more teleport left, and the first barn didn't really help.
There's, because you're kind of moving towards the animal show area. So there's a lot more barns around where animals are being kept.
Are there any? I've never been to like a 4-H fair or like any sort of animal showing fair. This is going to sound wild, I know, and bear with me. Are there any like horse-drawn carriages or anything around, or like any sort of wagons being used? Or is it all foot traffic?
There is Corny the Corn Man, the official mascot of the Nebraska
our
State
Lord and
Fair.
Savior, and I can't do anything to him.
Is there a tractor that's driving around the fairgrounds to pick up people for $5?
No.
That's a thing that happens at state fairs, though. There's like the tram.
It happened at the Indiana State Fair.
Yeah.
At least. I don't know if that's an everywhere thing.
So there's not, you say.
Not in your immediate area.
Cool. Hate that. Because my first plan was to teleport again, but like go underneath the trailer and like hold on to it and just kind of ride underneath of it. But that's not going to work now because there isn't one. There's only one agent after me, right?
Yeah.
The other 2 split off.
Yeah.
And we've already determined that murder isn't cool.
Well, it's last.
You can.
It's
not saying you can't do it.
It's not that it's
but
not
it's
cool. It's that it's last resort.
I just sent you guys a link to an image for Corny the Corn Man, the official mascot of the Nebraska State Fair.
Have you been?
Holy cow.
There is no way.
In our world, it is.
Wow.
That's just
Giant
that's just
corn
I just
costume
googled corn
mascot.
mascot, but this one's the best. And
I
we-
do love that the name of it is mascot giant corn cob corn costume mascot costume. Which is the worst.
Just look at the dude's face, the corn man's face.
I love the mustache.
Yeah, shocking it, man.
That man looks dead inside.
He's probably
Nothing left.
giant corn cob corn costume mascot costume. If
Michael,
I say
I-
so myself.
I need you to insert Corny the Corn Man immediately.
For everyone listening at home, I can't describe this.
It's a man in a corn suit, but there's a opening for his head, his real human face to show through it, and he's
He's
just a
also-
smiling mustached man.
Yeah, he's standing there with his right arm up and his left arm down, as if the photographer was like, "Show us your costume."
Do a
And
little
this
happy
man was
wave.
like, "Are you missing it?"
I still cannot believe that they have named this thing mascot giant corn cob corn costume mascot costume.
It's that, Nathan. That's something called SEO optimization.
There's also you can't ever forget about this one's even better. Gray Shark mascot costume, custom fancy costume, anime cosplay mascot theme, fancy dress carnival costume.
Yep.
What in the world?
Which is the gray shark underneath of it.
Okay, sorry to have opened this can of worms.
Yeah, this is
don't wanna
podcast now.
I don't want to close it though.
Okay.
Oh man.
Shrike,
Okay.
what do you do?
Just do something.
Teleporting into another barn. Screw it.
Okay. You teleport into another barn. This one has a bunch of rabbits and cages, some
Dang it,
chickens.
I can't unleash a stampede of those. I mean, chickens would be entertaining, but
So at a state fair, most of the stuff is in its like own individual pen. So making a stampede of any animals is going to be really difficult.
you're right. Yeah. I mean, that's why I was going to convince the other men to release all their pigs, but
Yeah.
that's
I
not
think
going to
what we're
work.
missing here is we don't have an exit strategy,
We don't, and I have no way of
and
communicating.
so
with
we're
you.
just wandering around.
Yeah, I really don't know what to do here because I don't want to murder someone if I don't have to, but I don't know what else to do besides just run and shoot if I have to.
I don't think it's a bad strategy. I think running seems doing pretty well.
I think your data pads would have some sort of communication.
Do I
on them.
have a data pad? Because I don't know that I have a data pad.
Yeah,
I
a data
thought-
slab?
Whatever they are. I don't know that I have one of those.
It's a part of the standard, like,
Yeah.
Gear set, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, then I clearly did not find the standard gear set before I made this character.
yeah, there's like a standard gear set that you pick up, and one of the things in that gear set is a data slab, which is basically just like
A
it's
phone.
something that connects to the network, or like the internet network thing.
Do they?
It's-
So do
Yeah,
they
it's
have
like an iPhone.
communication with each other then?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd assume so.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to send without any explanation to the other two, chilling with the chickens, smiley face. And that
us.
what?
Oh, you're texting them. Okay.
yeah, I'm just texting them, chilling with the chickens.
I'm not gonna call them or anything.
And then the next message, HBU question mark. How about you?
Um,
I'm just gonna chill with the chickens, I guess, for now, and see if we can work something out, or if they call me. But
yeah, we call him.
okay,
We FaceTime him on my data slab because I have the better minutes plan.
I guess I'll pick up.
Shrike, where are you?
Didn't you get my text? I'm chilling with the chickens.
That doesn't mean anything.
I do a panoramic view around me, and it's just me with a bunch of chickens
Where,
in individual pens.
where's the suit?
The men in suit.
The suit. One of the suits was following you and then you just kind of disappeared. Do you know where the man in the suit is? I can't see him anymore. Can I not see him anymore?
No, yeah, you can't see him anymore.
Okay, I can't see him anymore.
There was one following me before I teleported into the barn where I'm now hashtag chilling with the chickens.
And you don't know where the suit is.
No, I can't see through the walls, sadly. Otherwise, I'd be able to let you know.
But he's not in the barn, is what is important.
Not that I'm aware of.
Hey, this is Atticus.
Hey,
We're in the corn. Just get yourself into the corn, and we'll reconvene and move towards the ship. We've got to skedaddle.
I don't know. I think chilling with the chickens might be a better plan than... See, I can't say anything fun about the corn.
Well, Corny the Corn Man may join us out here.
Hell yeah! Never mind. I'm out. I'm going to the corn now.
You we're out of here one way or another, Truck. I hope you want to tag along. Otherwise, you can chill here with the chickens for the rest of your life.
I'm trying to get to the ship. It's just I had to get away from another man in a suit without trying to murder him, which might end up happening anyway.
We're making a beeline. We're making a beeline for the ship. Meet us at the ship. Or we're leaving without you. Okay, you got 20 minutes. Or if the men in the suits come back.
Okay, I can do that.
All right.
Okay,
and then in the awkward silence, I hand the phone over next to one of the chickens and just let it start.
No, I hung up. As soon as I said that, I hung up. I was done.
Dang, I was hoping it was just awkward silence, and I was just going to pass the phone to one of the chickens and just let it cluck softly into the speaker. But
I don't have that kind of minutes. Yeah. Okay. So we're making our way through the corn to get to the ship.
Making our way through the corn, walking fast.
Okay. How far deep into the corn are you? Like 3-4 rows?
Deep in the corn
is what I was thinking. Like we're far enough into the corn that like you would have to
You have to really be looking. Yeah.
Yeah. But and we probably, even when we start like moving towards the ship, I'm going to say that we probably move a couple rows in further. Now that we know that, like, you know what? Like, Strike's on his own. I'm done. Like, I'm not going
And I've got my trusty mono blade for when we get through especially thick patches of corn. You know, I can just hack them down.
Hack them down.
I've also still got that pan just in case.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm also...
Corn's not that thick.
I'm also glad that Shrike wasted his 2 teleports, so we can't like bring it to him and him just teleport onto the ship. So that's where we're at right now.
Shrike.
All right, before I leave this barn, I'm going to actually do something smart, and I'm going to activate the twin lock actuator things so that I have better aim if I need to use it.
Okay.
Normally that would take like a round of combat, I think, but since we're out of combat, I'm assuming I can just kind of do that before I leave.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to peek my head out of this barn and see if I see anything.
You don't even get that far, and you can see the agent outside the barn. He's not looking directly at you. He looks like he has stopped and is talking with somebody who is now pointing at the barn that you are currently in.
Is there a back door / side windows to this barn?
There is a back door.
I'm going to go through that.
Okay.
And start making a beeline towards the ship.
Still not going to grab anything to cover yourself?
What's in the barn?
There's blankets and stuff.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll grab a blanket and kind of like drape it over the top of my head and like down my back as I start to run.
Okay.
At least concealing me from behind, because I don't want to just like cover myself with a blanket because then I can't see. But
okay.
There you go.
So you grab the blanket, kind of throw it over, start making your way out, and as you look back, you can see the agent is walking in your direction. You leave the barn and you're in another kind of pathway of the carnival. There's some rides in front of you. No real cover or anything.
Sweet.
But you start making your way through, and you probably get about to the middle of the park before you see in front of you one of the other agents.
He has definitely spotted me then.
Yeah, he's moving towards you.
All right. I'm going to unholster my gun, and as I'm running, I'm just gonna try and take a couple shots at like his feet almost. I don't want to kill him, but I want to like immobilize him. So I'm gonna like try and like shoot his foot or something while I run by,
Okay.
if that's even allowed.
I like you're always
you're allowed
action,
to attempt anything.
I like how your action is always, well, I can't run, so I'm gonna shoot and not, I don't know, cause a distraction or like do anything.
What kind of? I'm in the middle of the fairground and he's running at me. I don't know what other distraction to cause. You want me to
Corny could be right over there.
you want me to light the blanket on fire too? Like that's my.
Just
What
alert
person?
their attention to the beloved hero of the fair, Corny the Corn Man.
You know what?
Roll an
Sure.
attack.
All right, yeah, this is gonna work far better than me trying to do anything with Corny. I don't deserve to be in Corny's presence right now. Hey, that's a decent roll. That's a 9, and I get to roll. I could re-roll if I wanted to with the Twitch lock, but I feel like a 9's not bad, unless I need to re-roll it.
I lost my thing. That's not enough.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll it then for some strain. That one's an 11. It's a 10.
That hits.
Okay, just gonna
Roll damage.
That's this number. Okay, 1d6 plus 2. That's 8 total damage.
Oh, that dude's dead.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
dead.
That's the one time I rolled very well. I didn't want to kill this guy.
Well, at least you won't be able to snitch.
It's
That's
true.
true. I shot him in the foot so hard that he just died.
The Twitch lock actually kind of takes over and auto aims at the head.
Dang it! Curse my wall hacks. Should have been playing on mouse and keyboard instead of controller. Lingered on the target a little too long. All right, I don't have time to deal with this. I'm just gonna keep running. I don't have time to try.
There's definitely a panic in the area now.
I was going to
since
say, how do people react
a
to this?
weapon has been discharged and a man is now dead.
Cool. That should be a distraction enough. Also,
Yeah, you shot a guy in Nebraska. I'm sure no one else has guns here.
it's still all right. Listen, it's still a distraction. There's a man who's dead now.
That's like good. Even more distractions.
Yeah. Perfect. All according to plan.
Atticus and Don,
What's up?
you guys hear a gunshot off in the distance. Do you change your plans at all?
Am I allowed to send them a message real quick on the data pad? Am I just like allowed to Siri them just like all good?
While you're running, like send us a text. What's the text say? Because I imagine the gunshot goes off. I mean, we hear it. It's like a future blaster. It's not a gun.
Yeah.
So we hear it. I look at Atticus like he didn't just do that.
Yeah, I think Atticus would. I'm not like leaving the corn, but I'm getting closer to the edge of the corn to see what's happening.
Like I agree. Like I want to move in a direction where I can at least get a better view of what happened.
Okay.
And then Shrike, you're sending us a text while you're running away from this, I assume. This is a text.
The text just says, "Oops, oops, oops," and then followed by a second text of, "I'm fine at least," and that's it.
Jeez.
Atticus, I think
Let's just keep
I'm
going
so
to the
sorry.
ship.
At least it wasn't corny.
I think we got to keep moving to the ship, but maybe we should do it on the fair side of the corn so we can, try and see what happens.
All right.
Because I don't think that us rushing in there is going to do anything.
No.
No, I feel like I've also probably pretty heartily distracted all of the agent forces. Now that they have a man down, they're probably more focused on that than they are on you two.
Right. So
The two that they weren't super suspicious of to start with.
So we're basically we're coming out of the corn onto the fair. So we're like running along the edge of the fair and the corn, and we're just running to the ship now. And like trying to see what we can see. I'm looking to try and spot him.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're still in the corn, right?
Yeah, how far into the corn do you think we should? Because I feel like if we're in the corn, it'd be harder to see things. But I feel like if we're just like the first row of corn is on our right, the fair is on our left, we're just running in this aisle, basically.
I would like at least a small covering of corn.
Okay, so we're in the first row of corn, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a notice check to see if you can see anything. Spot any of this.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9. It's really hard to see because there's a lot of people running around right now.
Can we at least can we see where people are generally running to, or is there just so much commotion? It's like, who really knows? Like what people are running from, I guess. Like that's what I mean.
They're kind of all generally running away from the center of the fair. You can't really see anything more than that.
Was there a successful possible roll I could have made to see something? Because that was one short of the maximum possible.
Not really. You're in the corn and you're trying to look through a very chaotic crowd. It's going to be pretty difficult to see anything, unless you had some kind of elevation advantage.
I feel you gave me this idea by saying this, but I feel like it would be a move I can make. So one of my cyberwares is the gecko anchor, and I can reverse the polarity of the gecko anchor, so I can jump like double my normal jump.
Yeah.
So basically, I just want to I feel like there's enough distraction that I could do this without really getting caught.
I've caused so much distraction by this point.
So
Shrike's got all the attention right now.
So
I'm trying to make your jobs easy. That's what I'm going with.
So I look at Atticus and I say, "Hang on," and I like press a button on my I like take a couple steps, press a button on my wrist, and I like jump. And now I don't know what double my jump is, but I mean I'm like well over the heads of people in this, and I'm just I'm looking to try and find either the downed agent or Shrike. I'm happy with either one. I just want to figure out where things are.
Yeah, you can't see the downed agent, but you can see Shrike moving west.
Okay,
from the center of the fair.
So is he technically closer to the ship than we are at this point?
You're about equidistance at this point. Since he's been running longer, but he was also kind of hiding longer. So
right. Okay. I come back down and I look at Atticus and I say, "Shrike's on his way to the ship. We just got to move."
Okay.
And we take off running.
All right. Shrike.
I'm booking it at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything that poses a threat to me or is in my way currently, or am I able to just keep moving?
I mean, besides a few zigzags to get around buildings, you can't really see anything with or that would actively impede you at this moment.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving then.
All right. Then you emerge from the center of the fare onto another big walkway right by the ship. And that's when you hear hands on your head, get down on your knees. And you look over to your right, and there's a man with a gun.
Just one?
Yeah.
Where are we in this? Because I mean, if he got to the ship, I feel like we're at least, and
You
we're coming
guys-
from behind him, right?
You guys have rounded the corner and can see this off in the distance. It's probably, I'd say 40, 50 feet.
Mm.
I mean, would I be able to fire at him before he could fire at me, you think? Could I get a shot off?
You can certainly try.
If they're close, then I mean, yeah, I'm gonna try and get a shot off on this guy.
Roll initiative.
Initiative or an attack?
Roll initiative.
Oh yeah,
Because
okay.
we're
Yeah,
gonna see
you're
who
not
gets
getting
it
a
first.
jump on this guy.
I don't know what you mean. I got a 15 that time.
Yeah, you get the shot off first.
Sweet. All right. Is an 8 gonna do it?
8 is not going to hit. No.
All right. Twitch lock is still active, right? That's like it's active until I use too much of its strain.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how Twitch lock
I
works.
think that's how it is. Yeah.
It just says main action to activate. It never says anything about when it turns off.
Yeah, I think it's then as long as you don't use too much of its strain, then yeah, it stays
Okay.
active. So
That's a 5 and a 6 plus 1. That's a 12.
yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
5.
5 points of damage. Okay. All right. So then this guy's gonna shoot at you because you just shot at him.
That's a fair response.
Does a 14 hit?
What happens on a tie?
Runner, I'm pretty sure.
Well, who is the runner in this case? Does it go to the attacker or defender?
I think it's the attacker.
Yeah, it's
I
the
think
one
it's
who
the attacker.
rolls.
I think in D&D it's the attacker. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
starts with that number is the same.
Yeah.
All right, that works.
We could search the rule book, but I feel like it's fine just
The
assuming it's the
rule's
same.
like 600 pages. Fine. You can have it.
Yeah. And that's 3 points of damage.
Ouch.
Whew.
Feel great.
Okay, where are we now? I
Yeah.
assume that we're close enough to engage in this.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, Atticus, you're the one with the monoblade out. I'm not like prepped with a weapon right now. So I mean, do you want to?
Yeah, like if we're within range, Atticus would run and take a swing.
Okay.
From behind?
Yes.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage, I would say then. 'Cause he's not
Okay.
expecting you at all.
I just roll 2d6.
2d20.
Okay,
Make it
this
higher.
one's a d20. And because I have stab as a skill, I don't have to subtract something from it. Okay. 14 was my highest.
That hits.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Pretty
There's
sure you're gonna kill him.
1d8 plus 1. That's 8.
Yeah, he's dead.
I swing my blade and cut him in half.
Insane.
Nice.
I got him.
Indeed, you
Yeah.
did.
Like horizontally in half, not like vertically in half, you know.
Okay.
Shit, Atticus.
Listen, I don't really like getting dirty like this, you know, but when it comes, would rather just get it over with quick, you know. Just cut someone straight in half. Kind of
All
does
right.
the job, you know.
Just get on the ship. We just need to get on the ship.
Yeah, I'd love to get on the ship. We get on the
So
ship.
you guys start piling into the ship, and what order do you guys get on?
I mean, Atticus will go first because he's the pilot. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Atticus, and then
I'll go last.
yeah, and then me, and then Shrike.
Okay. As you're getting on, Shrike, you hear a gunshot from what you assume is the guy that was following you. And that's an 18 to hit.
That's definitely gonna do it.
Come on.
And he only rolls 1. So you get it's a 1 point of damage.
All right, I'm alive still.
Just get inside.
I'm at 2 health.
You pile in,
And
close the door, I'm assuming. Or you leave it open.
No, we closed the door. I don't know why we leave the door doors open.
I get into the cockpit and I yell, "Someone get in the gunner seat."
On it.
Shit.
I go to the gunner seat again.
So unnecessary. I say this. I'm like, guys, it's just there's like one more guy out there. I think we just
No, I think this is the necessary precaution.
And you can definitely hear plinks on the side of the ship as this guy is definitely shooting at it.
That some bitch is shooting my ship.
It's just a Glock, so it's not like penetrating anything, but it's
What kind of gun does the ship have?
It's a sand thrower and something else.
It's meant for like
I'm
interstellar
aware of what it's meant.
fights. I think it's gonna be a little overkill.
Before Strike shoots, Atticus says, "Don't fire that thing while we're on the ground. We'll blow ourselves up."
yeah, I think it's like a laser of some kind. I can't find it right in front of me at this moment. But so Shrike, you don't fire this thing?
Just wait at least until we're a little bit off the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Atticus's advice and just kind of hold off. My finger off the trigger.
It's precautionary. For when the Men in Black spaceships come after us. What are we doing?
It's like one guy with a Glock, and you're like, you know,
I know. Shrike is aware.
Ready. So yeah, you take off.
And now I know.
Now.
Do you fire?
It's just one guy. No. I'll hold off.
Okay. You guys start flying away, and as you are leaving, you do see that towards the entrance there were several SUVs with police lights on and what looked like several other men in black suits running into the fairgrounds.
You can blow up the cops if you want.
Oh my god.
Shrike takes the shot then, if Atticus gave correct permission. If Atticus told me to.
You blow up one of the vehicles with 3 agents around it, as well as 4 civilians.
Oh.
Okay, Command Z.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't fire the shot, and you just fly off out of the planet, out of the system. You have successfully escaped.
When we leave orbit and things die down, Atticus gets on comms and says, I do think I would have won the pie contest.
Oh, for sure. They didn't seem to have an appreciation for.
That's where we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it with that.
That's the credits line.
Yeah.
Why were we at the pie contest?
Michael thought it'd be funny.
I thought it would be funny.
Okay. Fair enough.
Doing research into human culinary competitions.
All right.
But not using human ingredients. All right.
I didn't think that far ahead.
There's no need to think that far ahead.
I just got not thinking that part ahead.
Perfect. All right. Thank you guys for listening to Dungeon Arcade. We've been playing Stars Without Number, which we learned this episode is number, not numbers. I'm sorry to everyone.
In a lanes of numbers.
I believe we have one more one-off that we're going to do with these characters, unless we want to switch characters and try and play something else, like a new set of characters for one more one-off with this system. But
I think that's something we still need to talk about.
yeah,
Because I think me and Adam, you talked about that, but I didn't think we talked about that as a group. So
yeah. So we might have one more, we might not. I don't know. Hey, we're making this. We're making up the same podcast y'all are. So, yes, we might have one more of these. If not, we have a few other systems lined up that we are really excited to play. Yeah, we'll can't wait till we can get them on pod. Start hearing them. Until next time, my name's Adam. I've been playing Dana, who is more or less a pacifist, but mostly out of fear. Alex, you want to give me a sign off?
I am Atticus, and I've still got that pot. You never know.
Nate.
I am Shrike, and I am hashtag chillin' with the chickens.
Michael, Galaxy Master.
and I'm Michael. I'm your Galaxy Master.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for listening. We are Dungeon Arcade one more time. We've been playing Stars Without Number by Kevin Crawford. Highly recommend it. Big fans of this system, especially if you love the sci-fi genre. Till next time, guys. Stars the limit.